Hi everyone, welcome back to another vlog that was taken on a weekend. My husband was away for work that week and was returning home on this day. It was a Friday and we woke up a bit late. Every Thursdays are late night days here. I had prepared dosa batter the previous day and to go along with it, making green chutney, which is my kids' favorite. There was some sambar left but still wanted chutney because I am not a sambar fan. For that, into a blender goes 1.5 cup grated coconut, a handful of coriander leaves, 3 green chilies or less if you want, around 1 cup curd, a small piece ginger, and around 1/4 cup warm water. Blend well and it becomes a creamy texture. Mix a bit of hot water to clean the blender and take out all the mixture from it. Mix some salt. To temper the chutney, heat 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. Splutter a teaspoon of mustard seeds and then add curry leaves and 3 dried red chilies. Pour that over the chutney and cover immediately to lock the flavor. Then give a mix and the chutney is ready. It's been so long I made dosas. Most of the time it's idli because idlis can be prepared all in one go. I just have to pour the batter in the idli maker, steam, and so many idlis are ready at a time. But dosa takes a bit more time. I have just one iron tawa on which I love preparing it because dosas taste better on an iron tawa. Moreover, I like to serve hot dosas at a time for my family. I love eating that way, hence love serving that way. Yes, you need to wait till the next dosa is ready, but it's worth the wait. Add enough salt to the dosa batter and mix well. I feel the dosa is incomplete without a teaspoon of ghee. The sizzling sound from the tawa, the crispiness of the dosa and dipping it in the chutney are always lip-smacking and divine. The fermented batter are airy in texture and thus gives the crispiness to it. Nobody wanted sambar, seeing the chutney. I wanted to serve them both how much they needed, and only then I will eat because I wanted to enjoy my food to the fullest without breaks. They were done and now it's my turn. I had put few tiffin recipes on this day and I hope you all have seen it. Some of you had tried and sent me pictures on my Instagram as well. Thank you so much, and it means a lot to me. I had my workouts in the morning and try not to miss it at any cost. I'm still in ATP, and the workout session on Friday is very challenging, but it's worth the effort we put in. And that's my mid-morning fruit. When I'm eating something, the whole family will need it. I had this Bombay Biryani masala from Shan. This is nothing sponsored, but I love Shan brand. I usually don't buy ready-made masalas from the market, but if I need, I take Shan brand as I personally love the taste of it. By this time the video has gone up, and just checking to all of your lovely comments. I reply when I'm totally free. Now to the biryani. I couldn't follow the exact recipe as mentioned as I didn't have certain ingredients written on it, so I made it in my way. In a mixing bowl, adding the biryani masala. Then goes in around 1.5 cup curd. Mix well. The masala has enough salt in it, so not adding any more. To this goes in 1 kilo chicken that's cut in large pieces. Mix thoroughly and let it sit in the fridge or outside on the countertop for half an hour. While that's marinating, I kept the rest of the ingredients ready. Four onions. If you want, you can either deep fry the onion to golden brown or saute in less oil. I did the latter. Crushed ginger and garlic. Heat half to 3/4 cup oil. This is sunflower oil I'm using. You may use ghee if you want, or a mix of both. Now saute crushed ginger garlic till they are brown in color. You may crush or slit the green chilies. I chopped into medium pieces. Add the green chilies, and along with that goes in some curry leaves. After a minute, saute sliced onion. Keep that on medium flame till soft and translucent. Rehan had so much notes to complete from school, so I asked him to finish it off this weekend. Biryanis are a luxury and royal when served. In fact, I love to make biryanis on weekends because that's the most easiest dish I can make. And it doesn't compulsorily need any side dishes to have along. Just the biryani is enough. Curd, pickle or papad are even optional. Add 4 chopped tomatoes into the onion. Just a few seconds of mixing and add the marinated chicken into this. Mix really well. Add a handful of chopped coriander leaves, and if you want, you may add few mint leaves too. Cover and let the chicken get cooked on medium flame. Normally biryanis are prepared with basmati rice, but we make Malabar biryani with our jeera kashala rice, which is an aromatic rice and very tiny in size. I didn't have basmati with me, so use the other one. Give a mix to the chicken in between, and the flame should be medium. Now you can make ghee rice, but here I boiled water double the quantity of rice, added salt and some whole spices. Once the chicken is done, turn off the flame and keep covered till the rice is ready. Add washed and drained rice to the boiling water. Water is totally evaporated and the rice is done. Time to layer it on top of the chicken masala. Adding 3 or 4 tablespoons of ghee on top. If you had prepared ghee rice, you can skip this step. You may also sprinkle some garam masala powder on top if you want. Keep the flame to high for 3 or 4 minutes. If your vessel is not thick bottomed, make sure you place the tawa below the pot so that the flame is not directly hitting the base and later it will burn the biryani. Then reduce the flame to very low and cook till the steam comes through the rice. The biryani is ready, but I need to get fresh. Before that, clean the sink and other areas so it becomes easy later. Time to eat. This was a very flavorful biryani. The aroma itself gave the taste of it. I love to serve it in this shape. They both didn't ask for any papads or pickles, wanted only curd. Later, I took a very deep nap unknowingly and woke up late evening. Rihan asked to prepare brownie as there was a ready-made pack in the pantry. Betty Crocker brand tastes really good and I keep one pack as a stock in the pantry to prepare whenever kids insist so. But it's just once a month. My little chef wanted to help me. The instructions are clearly mentioned, even kids can make it alone. But a guidance is important. This packet says to empty the flour into a mixing bowl, add 3 tablespoons of water, half cup of oil and just 2 eggs. Mix everything well. Bake in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. The biryani was quite heavy for me and my tummy was still heavy. So I made a salad for dinner. Didn't have much vegetables to add in it. Took few lettuce leaves, chopped, and then chopped one tomato, removing the seeds. That's couscous. Took around 3 tablespoons of it. Add some hot boiling water up to its level. Cover and leave for 5 minutes. For a simple dressing, squeeze out 1 tablespoon lemon juice, 1 tablespoon olive oil, half teaspoon chili flakes, and half teaspoon crushed black pepper. It happens I forget the time I need to have my food and it goes late. So I always keep an alarm for the food. Sounds funny, but it's true. I keep alarm at 6:30, but I eat most of the time at 7. Into the dressing, added lettuce and tomato. Then to make it more tasty, I shredded a small chicken piece from the biryani and then goes some chickpeas. Into this goes the couscous. I had added salt too, but I think I forgot to switch on my camera. Mix well, and I love salads chilled, so placed it in the fridge for 10 to 15 minutes. Rihan wanted coffee to have along with the brownie, and Armaan wanted milk. When you see me having salad and the brownie in front, don't mistake me of my control over this. I did have a bite of the brownie. Kids had gone for playing outside and they are back now. Late night, my husband came back home. I forgot that I was vlogging as I got lost in that evening nap which made me too lazy later that day. So that's all for today's video and I hope you all enjoyed watching it. See you soon with another one. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.